Granny used to tell me all the time, sparks when faith and preparation combine. The road been right here all this time, but you gotta look with more than your eyes. And small axe Jesse Ryle representing for IjahStars mindset, rich forever.
Blessed love, honorable family, warm welcome. Mindset program IjahStars, my host. We're here in Ghana, Zine, and we're at the headquarters, our location where the EWF is based at the moment in Ghana. I'm here with the president, and I'm also here with the treasurer and the secretary, right? So I'm gonna start off with reasoning with the president. First and foremost, you can introduce yourself to the world at large.
My name is Amde Tsion. I am now based in Ghana. Formerly, I was in London. I live in England for quite a long time, over 40 years. And I've decided to move to Ghana, Africa, which we're enjoying.
Rastafari, powerful. And chairman, chairman, the treasurer, Mr. Kweku York. Pleased to meet you, sir. And you're the one who is controlling all the money, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to you in a moment. And over here is Javan, which is the General Secretary, right? Corresponding Secretary. All right. So, Mr. President, you're here in Ghana for over now, well, like 20 odd years. Yeah. What made you join the EWF?
Well, I didn't just join the EWF. We came from a youth. As a matter of fact, I've been a member of the organization now for over 50 years. We joined it from in the late 69, early 1970. Formerly, we were in London as Empress Local 33, based in the Labrador Grove area. For people of that location, we remember Local 33. Local 33 got, dysfunctioned in the late 70s when the revolution in Ethiopia happened. Our president then, which was Emmanuel Fox, he moved to Jamaica. So the organization literally stopped functioning then. But from ever since, we've always been in contact with the organization in one form or the other. Although the head office in New York wasn't actually functioning, we were doing our little bits on the side until 1999. I've decided to come to Ghana to see what Africa is like, and we came on a holiday, my wife and myself, and we decided, yes, that Ghana is just like Jamaica, and we decided that we want to build a home here, which we did. In 1990, from 1999 to 2000, we built a home, and we are very happy. My wife passed away, and I'm alone here now, but before she passed, we were very happy. Even though she's no longer with us, I'm still enjoying Ghana, and to the extent that I wouldn't leave. I wouldn't go back to Ghana. I wouldn't go back to the United Kingdom. There's nothing there for me. And most of us who leave Babylon and come here, we are happy here. More happier than we would have been in the UK. Ghana is a larger version of Jamaica. It's exactly like Jamaica, except that it's much bigger than Jamaica.
So you grew up in Jamaica, I'm taking it, right?
Yes.
Where in Jamaica you grew up?
Kingston, mostly Kingston.
Mostly Kingston. Okay, is that where you're from originally in Jamaica?
Yes.
Kingston.
Yes, I was born in Jamaica. school in Jamaica. I'm coming to London. I left Jamaica in 1964.
Okay.
I'm an old man, so
So,
lot of years.
what led you to Rastafari? What led you to the movement of Rastafari?
Well, it's not a matter of I didn't just come into Rastafari and first like that, just like that, because in Jamaica we're used to Rasta. I'm used to Rasta for instance in Gully Bank, Marvel area, Solomon Road. As a youth I used to go to Unity Lane, Rasta meeting, Solomon Road as a youth. I met all the prominent Rastafarians in Jamaica. I met Leonard P. Howell, Claudius Henry, who was supposed to do the Back to Africa movement, Martin Plan, as a matter of fact, Martin Plan and we are good friends. And all even Leonard, even the man that nobody talk about, which is Archibald Dunkley, Brother Hebert, Bono G's, I met them all. Code Azzy, we went from Western Kingston to Eastern Kingston, Rockford area. Code Azzy used to give us as children Christmas present. As a matter of fact, he used to make homemade soup, snowball, ice cream, and give it to the children. He used to make toys and give it to the children. So that we know of Rasta from then on. I've even seen Rasta get beaten up and killed by policemen in Jamaica when they had a meeting, especially at Maxwell Avenue at Majestic Theatre. That is where they normally used to meet. So I've known about Rasta from youth. When I got to England in the late 60s, I met this brother Emmanuel Fox, Pinter Fox, passed away a couple of years ago now in America. And he was the only Rasta, dreadlocks Rasta that we saw there. So he started an organization called UBIO, Universal Black Improvement Organization. Something like UNIA, except that it's in England. And from the UBIO we moved on to PDM, People Democratic Movement, because we want to move up in a more political sphere. And then we sent a delegation to America and Jamaica. And when the delegation went to America, we were advised by Abba Mandefro, Abba Light Mariam Mandefro, as he was then. He then elevated to Abuna Isa.
So Mandefro is an individual who was part of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sent by His Majesty,
Yeah.
especially to Rastafarians. Okay? And he even showed us the cross that His Majesty gave him, inscribed to Abba Light Mariam Mandefro, presented by His Imperial Majesty. Abba Mandefro encourages us to become member of the Federation. Then we met the president, then at the time of Federation, Mr. Bryan. He was the president of Federation in New York at the time. We were given the charter, Local 33, and we grew from strength to strength, to the extent that we brought the first branch of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church to England. So we were the first in both cases. The Federation, we brought the first branch of Federation to England, and also the first branch of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. I myself was chosen, myself and two others, was chosen to be a priest within the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. We were activating as assistant deacons for a while, but when the revolution started, the revolutionary government decided that they don't want to see priests on the altar of the church with dreadlocks. His Majesty wanted us with dreadlocks at the altar to encourage other Rastafarians to come and within the church. But after the revolution, they decided that they didn't want to see us on the altar with dreadlocks.
How did you take that? How receptive were you to that?
Well, it didn't go down very well, because two of us decided, well, they said we could continue if we were to cut our hair and we would become priests. But two of the three of us decided, well, no, because His Majesty wanted dreadlocks on the altar. one of us decided, yes, he cut his hair and become a priest, which he did, which is Kestessa. He passed away about 4 years ago or so now. Yeah? And he was a very good priest. He was very effective, especially amongst the Rastafarian brethren. Because when they needed consolation or baptismal or marriage or one passed away, he was the priest that everyone would call upon. But the other two of us, we didn't cut our hair, and so therefore we weren't able to continue as priests.
As priests. Okay, all right. Talk to me about meeting His Majesty, because I think that is very imperative for the next generation that is coming today.
Well, what can I say? That was the highlight of my life, I would say. Standing in the presence of His Majesty and having him address us personally. This was at the Claridge's Hotel, 1973, the 23rd of June 1973, Claridge's Hotel, just a year before the revolution began. I was as close to him as we are right now, and we didn't speak because it was the three of us, the President Emmanuel Fax, and another brother Zacharias. He was a part of the three that was to become priest, and myself. His Majesty addressed us, but he spoke mainly to Emmanuel Fax, the President, because at the time we had direct contact with the palace in Ethiopia. His Majesty required that we send him a photograph of the whole executive. And within the photograph, His Majesty recognized myself, he recognized Zacharias, and obviously the President. And he said, pointing to us, I remember you, I recognize you, and I recognize you, and obviously recognize the President, which was to me, for the King to look at me and say, well, he recognized me. Well, that was, you can imagine, the words can't explain that.
And what the King was like to the eye, meeting him at that time. What is his aura, his personality, his persona, just being his present. What was that like?
Well, he was, when we met him, he was on his way back because he usually takes evenings, so he was on his way back from his evening walk. So he had his PA with him, and he spoke to us for about 15 minutes. But being in his presence, I've had interviews before on this subject, and I can't use words to explain it. You have to understand that you'll be in front of the King of Kings, the man that we say is God, as far as we're concerned. And being within his presence, there's a certain horror, there's an awe about him that you can't explain it. You have to experience. That is something that you need to experience yourself. He told us what he wanted from us. And the fact that he mentioned the Ethiopian World Federation, and he also mentioned the church, because at the time we were seeking to get a priest to come and serve with us from Ethiopia. And he told us that a priest is on his way to us, which was confirmed by the priest arriving in 74, later on in 74, 75. And he also told us that we should work within the Federation. And I've said this already, and I'll say it again. There was one thing he said to us at the time that I didn't understand at the time. When he was leaving, he said, okay, whatever we need, we should tell his PA, and we will receive it. But he said to us, if ever you seek me, if ever you want to find me, you will always find me in the church. At the time, I didn't understand what it meant. If we want to find him, we would find him in the church. But we let that go. Lo and behold, later on, when they said he disappeared or whatever, he went into the church. And he went into the church, telling the soldier that was escorting him that he was going to pray. And as far as Amde told us, that he went into the church, into the holiest part of the church, the holiest of holies. No soldiers can go inside there. And he just did not come out again. And that was the last they saw of him. There's speculation about he died and strangulation and all of that, but I don't buy that. He went to the church, And it's exactly the same thing that I would have done if I was in his place. He went into church, I was at arrest, and he didn't appear again.
Rastafari. So, Honorable President, I'm going to leave it right there for now. You know, very interesting reasoning with the eye. We're going to forward to the eye. We want to have a word with the treasurer, Uncle Kweko York. Yeah. So, Uncle, how long have you been a member of the EWF?
I think 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
3 years ago. And what interests you that you became a member and now a treasurer?
A friend introduced me to Amde Tsion. So when I approached him, I asked questions about the organization. So he explained everything to me, their aim and objectives. And I'm a person that I like history.
Yes.
I read a lot about history of Africans, Ethiopia, and all those things. So whatever you told me, I believe at the time. So I decided to join. Yeah.
So is a friend that gave you the information and the knowledge about the organization, and the information that you get led you that you become a member. All right. So your position as a treasurer now, what does that entail? Your position as a treasurer, what does it entail? What do you do as a treasurer?
Yeah. Okay. I'm responsible for safekeeping of our any cash that comes in. I'm responsible to organize the group to open a bank account, which we are in the process of doing. We are almost done with the account opening. Yeah. So anything concerning money.
Yes.
Yeah. I make sure you lodge it at the bank and it's safe.
Rastafari. So are you trustworthy? I have to ask that, I know it sounds like a weird question, but are you trustworthy that, because with black people, African people today, African people are skeptic about where and who is holding on to their finance, their money. So, that's the reason why I'm asking you if you're a trustworthy person, because, people, don't want to depart from their money. And as we know, the Bible says a fool and his money will depart soon. So are you trustworthy? Can the people put their trust in you to deal with their finance? I know that you're the treasury at present, but for the record.
Sure. I trust myself, and I believe that I can handle that. Let me give you one story. There's a church I belong. We had an annual fundraising at a branch. At the end of the program, one of the attendants donated cash in check. So when they went and cashed that check, they gave it to me, 1,000 to keep it. Because the intention of the program was to innovate their temple. So they decided to keep that 1,000 cities. When they are ready to purchase the materials, they will come for it.
Yes.
So they gave me the 1,000. And for safety's sake, I lodge it in my account. And then anytime they call me, I just go and cash it for them. So 6 months later, they call me that they are now ready to go and buy those building materials. So I should meet them with the 1,000 cities. So that they add it to whatever they have got, do the purchasing. What they told me, I just went to the bank and cash the 1,000 cities. And And I joined them. He went and bought everything. Then our head, he was having a program. He was ordering buses, 10 buses for the church to run. So based on that money, that I was so honest, I didn't spend it. I just gave them. My name was added to the committee.
Okay.
To take over that transport business. There were 10 buses. We want to distribute to all the branches within the country. Yeah. So based on that, what I did, about that money that I kept at the bank and gave it to them when they needed it. He trusted me and he added me to the committee.
So in other words, your credibility is intact.
Yeah, I trust myself and I believe in making a good name. I think about 6 months ago, we did a program at the art center and the income was 100 Ghana. So they gave it to me to keep it because we haven't opened an account yet. As I speak to you now, that 100 Ghana is still in my account at the bank. So as soon as we are done with our own account, I'll just have to add it to whatever account we want to start with. You see?
Rastafarian.
Yeah, so when it comes to money, and I'm a self-employed, I'm a businessman. So, and I have a name to protect. Yeah. So I'm very careful when it comes to such things.
Totally understand. We don't want the police or the soldier to be pulling you here and there for black people finance. All right, Uncle. Thank you very much. That was very informative, and we give thanks and we pray that you will progress and get stronger, in your position. Rastafari. So yes, let we speak with Javan, which is the corresponding secretary. My lord, warm welcome, great to have you. Yes, so can you break down what the corresponding secretary, what do your job entail?
Well, basically, the recording and corresponding secretary is responsible for any paperwork with regards to record taking, minute writing, and any other documentation. So, in case we have any meeting or any kind of gathering, so I'm responsible for this, observing and then recording, in writing what goes on.
So you're someone who take the minutes. Yeah. All right. What make you involved, or why are you interested in the EWF? Why have you become a member?
Yeah, well, I'm from a family who came from Jamaica. As a matter of fact, I was born in Jamaica. And then my father was an elder Rasta who is recently here.
My condolences.
He was a Rastaman through whom I learned a lot and then get inspiration with regards to Rastafarianism and any kind of philosophy that's with regards to Rastafarianism. Yes, so basically it wasn't too different from because we know that Rasta belonged to Selassie is the church, and then he's from EWF. So it wasn't too difficult. As a matter of fact, we've met previously, myself and then my father, our president here. Yes, and then we had reasoning, but so it wasn't really too difficult for you to just be part of the organization because as a matter of fact, it's Rasta, and then I know that my father was a Rasta man, and then he is one who also endorsed the philosophy of Rastafarian. So that's basically why I'm part of it. And then I try to do my part as part of the organization, which builds on the development of the organization.
Yes, I. Do you have to be a Rasta wearing locks to join the organization? Because I can see that you're not an individual with locks, and also the treasurer is not an individual with locks. Do you have to be a locks wearing Rastafari to be a part of the EWF?
Well, before I come to that, mine is an interesting part because I used to have dreadlocks as part of my identity as a Rasta. But through I got through the educational system in Ghana there, so and the school and everything, I was asked to cut it off. So, but it wasn't something that was easy then. But eventually my father was saying that Rastafari is an identity. It doesn't matter the locks. You don't have to be having the dreadlocks to identify yourself as a Rasta. It's an identity that you grow up with or maybe you find yourself in. So it's not really something you can say, alright, you have to have a dreadlock for Rastafari. So yes, to answer the question, no.
Rastafari. Yes, I saw. But how do you look at the way that, you know, Ghanaians or some Africans look at locks and Rasta, knowing that Ghana is a Christian background place, is a Christian nation, and Christ is someone who is said to have locks based on the number 6 and the Nazarene vow. How do you view that?
Well, with Ghana, you know, them have this kind of stereotype that if you have dreadlocks, you must be a rowdy person or them kind of thing. But you know, as a Rasta, as part of the identity when you see, and then the liberty when you see from Rasta people, it's not accurate at all. So really, it's quite disappointing to see you have that kind of impression that, alright, if you have dreadlocks and you're in Ghana, that means you're from this side, this kind of stereotype is what you see your thing. But it's not accurate at all. So looking at Ghana as a Christian-dominated country, some have a very receptive vibe to the Rasta people, because everywhere you go, you see people like, hey, Rasta. So that is one of the things that we can say, alright, yeah, so the people them know what Rasta is. And then they really one settle down and say, alright, just Rasta because it's a Rasta belong to this kind of stereotype. But say we have some people who say, alright, if you have dreadlocks or if you see somebody and try put on a locks, them try to say, alright, then that means say, yeah, go try do something bad or something. But it is not really not good. Then again, Rastas, as we know, as our identity, is supposed to, as most of us are doing, is to set an example to people that we see and then live up to what we do. And then, so that we don't really have the problem of having to deal with this stereotype. Alright, Rasta is, if you're supposed to, if you have Rasta and you're bad, you have you're join a bad company. It's just an example that I
Rastafari, give thanks. To the president now, I think we're about 5 more minutes. Yeah. Talk to me about Solomon Wolf. I think Solomon Wolf is a very important spectacle in the EWF.
Brother Salah, as we call him, was a personality within Rastafarian. I know Brother Salah as a youth from Gully Bank, because Brother Salah was at Unity Lane, and I used to live at Fairview Avenue off the Penwood Road. And in the earlier times when Gully come down, water, because at the time they never paved the gully yet, Sandy Gully. Brother Salah was one of them that, as a Rastaman that lived on the Gully Bank, that they call it here the capture line. That his place used to get washed away, water come down and so on. Now they pave the gully. But as a youth, we used to hear from Fairview Avenue to Unity Lane. It's just about two roads apart. And you could hear the Rastaman them playing the drum and chanting and so on. And as youth we used to go there. And I grew up and leave Jamaica and went back to Jamaica and find Gully Bank is paved. Because when I was leaving there in the early 60s, they were just bulldozing it to make it to pave the gully. Sandy Gully was paved. There's a bridge across from the Salah area, from Unity Lane over into Marvally. And the Salah was still there. And we worked together as well. That time now, at this point now, he had local, I think local 43. Yeah? And there were members there. And Brother Salah and Brother Moody was the secretary then. Brother Moody eventually moved to Ethiopia. And Brother Salah followed him. I went to Ethiopia, being here now in Ghana, and about 5 years, from 2014. And I am to meet Brother Salah there as well.
Wow.
Brother Salah passed away in Ethiopia. And also Brother Moody. And working together with him in Jamaica and meeting him again in Ethiopia, I can understand the camaraderie, the spirit of camaraderie that was there. And he went to the extent that he stopped talking for a while because he went to a stage where you talk to him and he'd listen to him and he would say one or two words and he'd go quiet, you know, in his older age. But was a very dynamic figure within the Rastafarian movement in Jamaica and in Ethiopia, Shashamani. Up to now, people revere him in Shashamani as one who met His Majesty, conversed with His Majesty, signed documents that do with this land grant in Shashamani and all of that. He passed now, may he rest in peace.
Rastafari. Yes, Honorable President. So we're going to leave it there for now. Yeah, and we will continue on next day. So I want to take the time out now for thanking the item for taking the time to reason with the mindset program, and I just pray that the Most High will continue to guide and protect the item and this life journey that we're experiencing right now. Thank you.
Rastafari respect.
Rastafari. The Darcy part.